Hey everyone, so I'd like to go over the developmental assessment paper in more detail. This will be due at the end of week 4 on Sunday. This is a very important assignment to the MSW program and also the first major assignment in this class. As I stated in the review of the syllabus, you'll be choosing a client from previous work or field placement and evaluating them in detail with the paper. Please keep in mind to change any identifying information in order to maintain confidentiality. And the client that you choose should be one that is particularly challenging so that you can apply multiple theories and content from the class to the client. If you can't think of someone who would be appropriate for the paper, you may choose someone from a movie, book, or TV show. If you choose this option, please do reach out to me so we can determine whether or not it would be appropriate. So the first section of the paper is the review of psychosocial information. In this section, you might include developmental history, trauma history, any medical or health-related concerns, current level of functioning, etc. Essentially, this part of the paper will be a biopsychosocial assessment of the client. In addition to facts about the client, this is a section where you will apply some more insight to the case. You'll need to connect the client's past issues to current functioning through psychodynamic theory in order to better understand the client and get a full picture. I am looking for you to be thorough here and do some critical thinking. I would like you to thoroughly explain the theory and how it connects to the client situation and can inform treatment and provide some insight to the client. If you can, try to connect more than one theory. This part is really the bulk of the paper that we'll be looking for. This and the next section, which is the treatment plan. In addition, I want you to focus on theory from this class and from the readings, ones that we've discussed thus far. Here, keep in mind that this is very much focused on theory versus intervention. So the next portion of the paper will be about intervention. With a treatment plan, it's helpful for you to list strengths and vulnerabilities so you can outline what needs to be addressed and how you can utilize the client's strengths to create change. Here it would be helpful to outline both long-term and short-term goals for treatment. You can include here even what your treatment plan was when you were working for that client. Please be thorough and create more than 1 or 2 goals for treatment if you are reevaluating the client. This is something, if you did only have 1 goal for treatment when you were actually working with them, maybe try to expand on that in this section. And make sure, in addition to the goals, to list out how you might carry out the treatment. Here's where you might indicate a specific theoretical approach to treatment. Again, focus most on the ones learned in this class. So you might reference attachment theory or neurobiology, object relations theory, ego psychology. You can indicate some things from technique-based approaches such as CBT or DBT, but for the purposes of this paper, make sure it's not the only approach. And here I will be looking to make sure that the treatment plan is relating to your assessment of the client earlier in the paper. So moving forward to the next section, you will be focusing on transference, countertransference. Keep in mind that this is not always negative. It may be helpful to evaluate both positive and negative aspects of transference and countertransference related to the therapeutic relationship. In addition, you'll be doing an evaluation of cultural issues here that might have impacted your client and the relationship, as well as any oppression or discrimination that may have had some impact on the countertransference and transference. Basically, the impact that the world has had on the client and how this might impact your relationship. In this section, it's also important to include how you manage the countertransference and transference. Remember, this could be both positive and negative. It's possible that you could have used the countertransference as a way to confront the client about something or gain more insight. You can also list here some things that you have learned or gained insight to and how you would manage it differently with what you know now. And again, please be as thorough as possible here. So then the final part of the paper will be where you identify ways that you will evaluate treatment ongoing. So this could be something that you already did in your agency. It might be a review of the treatment plan ongoing. It should always be a collaborative approach, so keep that in mind. Additional things that you would do and what you know now. So this could be, kind of if you had worked with a client, you can list different forms that you use or how often you reviewed the treatment plan. If you didn't do any ongoing monitoring, then you will be creating your own here. Regardless, I want you to expand on what you already did and maybe add in something that you learned from this evaluation with the paper. Lastly, in this section, you're going to focus again on discrimination and oppression, as well as how the interventions may have reduced any impact of discrimination and oppression on the client. So please also look through the page number assignments for each section. This will give you an idea of the sections that you'll need to be more thorough on versus less thorough. I'd like to review the rubric now. You may have noticed that I have commented a lot on APA guidelines thus far within your work. In this paper, appropriate APA formatting and citations is going to be very important. I would highly recommend watching this video for a description of what's going to be expected in terms of APA formatting. If papers are submitted without proper APA formatting, they will be returned and you will need to submit a new one within 4 days, and you risk your grade being lowered as well. So please, please, please do focus on this. So here you'll see the rubric. It looks like I'm not able to fully get to the full rubric. Oh, there we go. Another thing that I do want you to keep in mind is that you'll need to make sure that your paper is saved to your computer before submitting it to Canvas. As I stated previously, you'll need to load the paper up for graduation. So that's just something I wanted to mention before we continue with the rubric. Yeah, so essentially focus more on the developmental experiences contributing to current functioning section and the treatment plan. As you see, that is the bulk of the paper, that those together would be worth 30 points. So really, really, really try to flesh that out. So I really hope that you enjoy writing this paper, as it will give you a good lens into multiple aspects of treatment and work as a clinical social worker. Please, please reach out to me with any questions. I would rather you ask me before guessing, and I'm available to answer anything that you might need.